David's mother moved him and his siblings to Texas to avoid Louisiana's child welfare investigations. David's aunt forced the kids to steal, and his mother would abuse them for misbehaving.
Amber, 12, was removed from her home and was bounced around from foster home to foster home.
Diego tried to run away and was placed in a psychiatric hospital and heavily medicated.
The CASA volunteer is able to do what Child Protective Services cannot do. Because of the number of children coming into the system, because of the high caseloads, because of the high staff turnover, Child Protective Services can't provide someone to stay with that child from start to finish. But the CASA volunteer signs on to be with that child from the day they're assigned until, most of the time, the child exits the system. During the course of that time, they're able to develop a relationship, which brings me to point number 2. The nature of that relationship allows that child to have an anchor. And that anchor makes a difference in the child's esteem and ability to know that someone is there to advocate on their best interest.
It's an honor for me to be here with heroes for children, like all of our CASA volunteers, like Vicki, like the commissioner, that are doing everything that they can to help protect children.
I was in care for almost 10 years, and once I moved to Texas, I was in about 7 placements. I can't tell you how much of an impact my CASA had on my life and how much of an impact she continues to have on my life. I can't stress to you how important it is to have these volunteers and have them come out and really make a difference in that child's life. My CASA, as well as my CASA worker, were both instrumental in my success in UT and my decision to major in business.
We need CASAs in every case. Now, I work to build a great CASA program in Bexar County. But in October, this last October, I was hearing cases in Karnes and Wilson County. I didn't have a CASA. And I want to tell you, it's a tremendous difference. I didn't have that extra set of ears and eyes in that courtroom. So I support CASA in what they do today, but I support them even more in expanding to all the rural areas where we don't have services and we have very, very tough cases.
We cried together. I helped her get on her feet. She is now taking courses at the community college, and hopefully will have a decent life.
Thank you all so very much for what you do. I see some friendly faces out here that I know how much time you spend with our children, and I am so grateful. Senator Huffman as well. Thank you for what you do. We're going to take a picture, and we're going back there because you don't want us off the floor very long.
In the opening budget, we've included an increase in funding for CASA because it's critical. It's critical to their mission. And by the time it's all over, we may end up putting more money into the budget for CASA. But over the years, we've tried to do everything we can to support CASA, to support the effort, not only in child protective services and not only what the commissioner is doing, but to protect children. Everyone that comes to my office sees this and knows that I'm going to be a bullhorn for CASA whenever I can.
She worked to wean Max off the medications and advocated for his placement in a group foster home. Max is being adopted and is taking only one occasional medication.
Michelle is working and going to college. She and her daughter are happy and healthy.
The boys' CASA volunteer helped Daniel find an adoptive home and helped transition Diego to a foster home where he's receiving the medical attention he needs and can spend time with Daniel.
Liliana's CASA volunteer provided a support system for the mother as she worked to regain custody. Baby Liliana and her mother were reunited and have reconnected with the mother's other children.
She protected David from being medicated for a condition that he did not have. She helped him to go to the University of Texas, and he is now a successful businessman.
To tell you the tremendous difference that you make in the lives of these children is something that you see for yourselves, so I don't have to tell you. But when I tell you that I too carry your message around this building and out there and around the state constantly, please understand that, because you need to know I know and appreciate what you do, and I want to make sure everybody in there knows it and everybody out here knows it. I thank you for what you do, so thank you.